After last Saturday's humiliating result against Kidderminster and the absolutely embarrassing result against Fulham, a 2-1 loss against Middlesbrough doesn't actually sound that bad if you just take the result. But when looking at the game itself, I'm a little bit gutted. Hi guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. I'm James, and today we're going to be going ahead and talking to you guys about Reading's game against Middlesbrough that just finished. Reading ended up getting defeated by 2-1. Reading's goal scorer was Andy Carroll. Before we continue with this video, I just want to say thank you to Andy Carroll for everything he's done for this club so far in the month that he's been here. Listen, he scored 2 goals, he's worked hard. He's been decent while he's been here. Look, I don't see him staying any longer. I think he's off to Burnley now. But yeah, thank you to Andy Carroll. Put a lot of effort in, thank you. Look, I wasn't at the game. I was at work personally. Obviously, I've gone back and watched the highlights since then. Let me just say Andy Rinomoto had a good game as well. So fair play to Andy Rinomoto's first start back since August. And the lad didn't seem to have a bad game. Listen, look at the stats. It's not too bad compared to Reading's last few fixtures, and you know, when we've been playing teams. Look, we had 10 shots to Middlesbrough's 10. They had 5 on target. We had 4 corners to 5. Listen, they had 63% possession, but at the end of the day, this Reading team isn't a possession team. So yeah, we hung in there in terms of the stats, so we didn't actually play too bad. The reason why this result is so gutting though is because yet again Reading were in front and we've ended up bottling the lead. Andy Carroll scored in the 68th minute once again, scoring for Reading. I think it was his second goal so far this season. Before Matt Crooks went ahead and scored 2 goals in the 84th. And then to really put the knife through the heart in the 95th minute, ended up scoring the winner. Listen, before that in the first half, Middlesbrough, from looking at it, should have been completely out of sight. I mean, they played really well in the first half, watching them highlights. First half highlights had Hull Middlesbrough. Didn't have any Reading highlights in it at all. Look, fair play to Middlesbrough. They probably ended up deserving the win in the end, but I thought Reading fought and they tried to put a lot more effort in compared to the last few weeks anyway. So look, fair play to Reading. Fair play to the players. Look, Andy Rinomoto had an absolutely fantastic challenge late on. But look, it weren't to be. It was before they'd even scored. It was when it was still at 1-0. He put a fantastic tackle in. But yeah, it was still 1-0 at the time. But listen, Crook scored. The amount of times Middlesbrough putting that ball in the box and Luke Southwood kept making save after save after save. Southwood played fantastic by all accounts, and from looking at the highlights anyway, wasn't at the game like I said, but looking at them highlights, he played really well. Eventually one of the corners come in and he gets a touch to it, but unfortunately can't keep it out. It's a good header by Crooks. Crooks is just a big man anyway. He's going to win them balls in the air. And then in the 95th minute as well, the defending from Ethan Bristow, I'm sorry, but we need Baba Rahman back from that African Cup of Nations as soon as possible, because unfortunately, I hate to say it, but because it's an academy lad, I hate to say it, but Ethan Bristow just isn't cut out at this level. Maybe it's because he's still young and he's coming up against these top teams, but in my opinion, the lad just isn't ready for this level of football. No, he didn't play well again. He got booked early on. And for that second goal, it's just appalling defending, really. He's gone in for the tackle. He's been absolutely skinned. Sent for dead, and then there's a good ball into the box, and Crooks was able to score to make it 2-1 in the last minute. What can we do? Look, one positive note to come out of this game is Lucas Schwal started making a return from injury, came on late on for John Swift, so at least we got Lucas Schwal back now. That's kind of it, really. There's not really too much I can celebrate apart from that. Look, Luke Southwood made many saves, a lot of saves if I'm honest. It was good. Reading were not too bad, but I don't think we deserve to win, but it weren't a poor performance. Considering recently how we've been playing, stats-wise we hung in there. Chances-wise we didn't, but stats-wise we hung in there. And look, unfortunately, we just have to move on to midweek when we got to play Luton, who went ahead and beat, at the time, top of the league Bournemouth. So it's going to be a difficult game to say the least anyway. Tell me if you guys went to the game. Tell me in the comment section below. I think it was only about 90 Reading fans went to the game. So listen, fair play to everyone that made the trip up there. My hood comes off for you. Fair play. That's all I've got to say. Yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, though, guys. Look, tell me what you thought about the game in the comment section below. Pauno's still in charge. There's not really much we can do about that. And yeah, that's kind of going to be it for Reading at the minute. Look, he's staying to the end of the season. It's the 7th time this year that we've bottled a lead, and we've got either a draw or a loss out of it. 7 times from winning positions this season, we haven't closed the game out. Off the top of my head, I looked it up earlier, but thinking about it off the top of my head, we've got Coventry in there, we've got QPR, we've got that Blackpool game, we've got Hull, we've got that game against Kidderminster, we've got the Derby game, and then we got this game here now. Listen, 7 games where we've been leading, and then we've ended up bottling it. It's just not acceptable, really. There's no fight in the team. I feel like the manager's just lost the team. He's lost the board. He's lost the dressing room. And it's just unfortunate at the end of the day. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Look, I know I said I'd go, but I had to get that point in there. It's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one, alright? Peace.